Good morning, everyone. I just wanted to jump on today and upload our live call. I know this month a lot of you are busy. It is December. We've got Christmas coming up. Work's crazy, the Christmas shopping, etc. So I thought this morning what I would do is I would just jump on. I'm going to pre-record myself and I'm going to send it across to you all, as well as into the live group. So if there is any questions that you have on the back end of this call, please let me know, drop me a message back in, and I will get back to you ASAP. Other than that, you can let me know in your check-ins because I will be catching up with you on Monday as well to see what you have taken from today's call. So with December, we're now in December, with Christmas coming up, I know that we've jumped on calls with all of you at this point to talk about navigating through December, what the plan looks like for you. And there's just one question that keeps popping up at the minute within check-ins, based around nutrition, and I just wanted to jump on to answer that for you all, and to also just talk you through, break it down a little bit. So when you do come to that Christmas week and you are still focusing on your goals and your plans, hopefully everything that I go through today, break down for you, will just help you navigate through, and just put you a little bit more at ease as well and know what to do. So we're just gonna discuss a binge-free Christmas. So yeah, let's go for it. So how to navigate through the Christmas period. So the Christmas period is very busy, as it is. Work, the kids are off school, social events, traveling back and forth. You have to travel to spend Christmas in a different place, then being around a lot of people during that time. It can just throw everything up in the air. And when it comes to working on ourselves, working on our own health and fitness, self-care goals, like it can be quite a lot. And there's a lot to be able to break down and to navigate through. To be able to feel your best, because you can still achieve both. You can still work towards your goals, even though there is so much going on this month. It's just about how we do that. So let's take a look at everything that I want to go through today. So firstly, I just want to talk about understanding our food behaviors. Now, food behaviors look a little bit different for everyone for different reasons. We all have different upbringings. We all have different experiences. We all have different preferences. So it may not look the same to everybody, but common denominator is when we do start to break down food behaviors and look into food behaviors, we normally find that these have started from a childhood experience and we have just built on them. So when we do look at food behaviors and how we are affected, it does normally start within childhood. At some stage, we have received joy from food, and our brain has just linked that together. So then when we are feeling a little bit down, feeling a little bit affected, stressed, we are searching for that joy. Now, I know that this is a topic that I've gone over with a few of you. It is new for some of you as well. But when we start to break this down, and what I always recommend is that it does take some time for you to be able to sit and to reflect on what that memory is, what that connection is. And sometimes it can be a bit of an emotional journey as well. But to be able to sit down and try and break it down and think, I struggle from this. I'm looking for joy within food. Try and break it down and try and think, what is it that I'm looking for right now within food? Is it something, a past experience that I have connected together? And what is it in that time that I felt? What was I doing in that moment that made me feel good that I'm now receiving joy? Because sometimes you are wanting to receive the joy from the food, but it's not actually the food that is bringing you joy. It was the memory or the connection or the people that you was with at that time within that first experience that you associate with food in that environment, that you associate with the food. So then you carry on for the rest of your life searching for that joy again within that food, when actually it could have just been somebody that you was with, or the moment, the experience that you was in, the memories that you have created in that. So it does take a little bit of time to be able to break that journey down, but it's a good thinking point for you to sit and just have a think about if it's something that you are affected, if it's something that you search for joy within food. That is great area to start bringing it down. So when food makes us feel good, it's because we're disconnecting what food is actually there for. So we all know that food is our energy source. It is the fuel that our body needs for basal metabolic rate. So that is literally just pumping your heart, brain activity, everything within your body needs a food source in order for it to work. Even when it comes to if you was to sit there all day and not move a muscle, your body's still breathing, it's still pumping blood around your body, you've still got brain activity, you literally are still burning calories. Calories are your energy source, which we need to take through food. So it's super important that we need that, but we just need to know that food is fuel, not there to bring us joy. So again, our energy source again is for also reproduction, regrowth, and for overall health. So we need them calories for general health, but we also need it for regrowth. And when I say regrowth as well, I don't mean even like development regrowth. I mean like if you like was to cut your arm, the regrowth of that skin, the regrowth of themselves, because themselves will go straight to that area to start repairing and regrowth. That is also included as well. So looking to food for happiness in the moment will give us that short-term boost. So we will initially have that feel-good moment. But as we all know, when with highs do come lows. So normally what happens within that period of time is that your blood sugar levels will dip and then you will crash. So when you are consuming food, sorry, your blood sugar levels are going like, woohoo, I'm feeling good. I've got the energy, I've got the sugar, let's store this. And then as soon as them blood sugar levels start to dip, you will see a crash, and then your body will go into a state of stress, which will elevate your cortisol hormone, which is the stress hormone. So it's a bit of an up and down sort of process, because then once that then happens and you then feeling at your low again, you are then reaching back out for that joy and that comfort to make you feel good, and then you are into a bit of a cycle. So I think to be able to break the cycle, and especially this time of year, if when you are just essentially grabbing out for that extra comfort, for that extra food to make you feel better. It's great to be able to break that process down, understand what our food behaviors are, because it all look different for everybody, understand what memory, what you have associated that one to, and to try and work through that process, even if it's a case of just taking a couple of minutes to yourself, having some thinking time, writing it down. Was there a moment, was there an area in your life that you may feel like you've connected the two together? Then we're going to move on to identifying hunger cues. Are you hungry? Are you hungry? Are you hungry or are you psychologically hungry? So there is a difference between the two of them. So first of all, what we need to do is we need to understand what are hunger cues and do you know your own? Can you identify your own hunger cues? Because again, they are different for everybody. So the most common general hunger cues are low energy, feeling grouchy, fatigue, mouth fatigue, tummy grumbling, stomach growling. Your stomach will tell you when you are hungry, and headaches as well. So low energy, fatigue, headaches are because you're depriving your body. Your body needs that energy source, and it's telling you they are your hunger cues. So again, different for everybody. You may be something similar, you may be something different, but hopefully you will know yours. And if you don't, drop me a message. Let's break it down. Let's delve in a little bit deeper and let's find out what they are. So psychological hunger is the desire to eat when there's actually no hunger cues. This can be triggered by food just being left around, a stressful environment, boredom, loneliness, or even marketed now by social media and television. So what you'll find is that nowadays that on your adverts, you're scrolling through Instagram, you're seeing food. Commercials and adverts are super, super clever now in how that they will market food for you and how they will also take that psychological take. You're not actually hungry, but you've seen it, the way they've sold it to you, the way that they've advertised it, you are then psychologically hungry. So what to do in this moment? So If it is that there is a lot of food around you, you are picking psychological hunger, you don't have any of them hunger cues there, it is always great to be able to take yourself away from that environment so then you don't have all of that around you. So take yourself away from the food, take yourself to a different environment and ask yourself what emotions you're really feeling. So if you're not actually feeling hunger, there's no hunger cues there. What emotions are you feeling? Because sometimes it may be that you are either just a bit lonely, you're a bit stressed, you just wanted to pick, or you're bored. I've just put some examples on the bottom, but if you're feeling a little bit lonely, it's a great time to take yourself away from that environment and reach out to a friend, give them a message, distract yourself that way. If you're feeling a little bit stressed, it may mean that you need to take some time for yourself, some self-care time, just to really recharge, recover within yourself. And if it's just a case of boredom as well, again, take yourself away from that environment and distract yourself with something. So then you're not going to feel as bored. So you're not just going to be feeling like you're picking for the sake of it. So they're just really the difference between actual hunger cues, cannot say hunger today for some reason, and the psychological hunger around there as well. So two different. It's very much a ask yourself in the moment, if there's no hunger cues there, what is it? What can we do in that scenario? So especially around like Christmas time, there is always food left around in Christmas, even if it's just a case of like celebrations left on the side. And you know us by now, we're all about moderation and fitting it into that 80-20. But if you're not hunger and you're just picking psychologically, because it's there's boredom, there's stress, there's loneliness, there's something behind the scenes, it's always better to deal with that first. Take yourself away from that environment and break it down. And then we're going to talk about the stockpile. Now you will have seen that the Christmas treats, Christmas alcohol, absolutely everything that you can potentially eat, they now put on a Christmas spin, have been in the shops since early September and also usually massively discounted and such a great bargain. So instantly, again, the way that society markets food nowadays, we're like, I am going to buy them selection boxes and them celebrations and that Prosecco while it's dirt cheap because it saves you money, which is all what we want to do. Now, in hindsight, that is great if you have a lot of self-control and you can ensure that you can stockpile all of this and you won't pick at it, you won't break into them. But if you are an individual who knows that you will struggle with these food behaviors, stockpiling is a big no-no for you. It's not going to work for you. It's not going to complement the goals that you are working towards. And it's also a mental battle daily for you to have to try and fight against. So if it's something that you just can't work with, try and not stockpile. Or if you do, try and leave it at your mum's or relatives. I mean, my mum hates me for leaving things at her house and like Christmas presents at the minute. I'm like, hide them away from Gabriel. You never know. So yeah, my mum's like crazy. But yeah, stockpile, try and keep them away from you because if you've had a bad day at work and you're coming home and at the back of your head, you know that there's four boxes of celebrations upstairs, opening one isn't really gonna hurt, is it? But once you've opened the one and then you're picking away, before you know it, you then just go down a little bit of a rabbit hole. And then mentally, you end up feeling as rubbish as what you did when you first walked in the door and you wanted to grab them. So let's just try and stop that barrier that's affecting you by not stockpiling and not having them around if it's something that you are going to struggle with. There is always room within your daily calories for a mince pie, a chocolate bar, a glass of Prosecco. Always. It's always about that flexibility, but it is always about moderating it and making it fit into 20% of your diet rather than 80% of your diet. So again, what we're looking for is the 20% of your diet is the flexibility, the treats, the alcohol, the Christmas treats. The 80% of your diet is whole foods, protein source to complement your diet for like optimum health as well. Them superfoods. So you are feeling good, energized, and then you still have that 20% flexibility and treats. So it's not an all or nothing. You can have these items around for you. If you are personally going to struggle, do not stockpile it. It's not worth it. But always remember that you can still have it just in small doses, like moderation, like make it fit in your 20% of your diet. Then we're going to talk about setting expectations. So all of our one-to-one clients now will have had their December call. We did that late November, early December. And that was all about setting expectations and setting goals for you in December, because we still set expectations and goals in December because it is probably the most important month to do so. So what we find with, let's say, with normally with when our clients do come to us and they come in with or coming to us with a goal of wanting to lose weight, what you can see is that if we was to chart how we actually get to a point where we want to lose weight, there's always a point where we've gained weight. December is normally a month where you can do it without even realizing. And then the next year, they just sort of like each year, it just sort of adds up. December is a big month for that. So, what we want to do is we want to teach and guide you that December is not a screw it, it's Christmas. I know a couple of you have said that and you've had a telling off, but we're not doing that. You do not need to do it. You can achieve both. We can work towards some goals and we can incorporate that flexibility. So it's all about setting the right goals and expectations. Setting unrealistic goals can lead to self-sabotage due to other directions, going the other direction. So when we set unrealistic goals that are going to be too tight, too strict, given the circumstances of Christmas, of December, and you go without for so long, or you can't fit everything in with your time management, it can throw you off on a wobble and it can chuck you in the other way. And that is not what we want. We want to find that happy medium of December that we can work through. So let's look at an approach to take. So this time of year, I will always look at maintenance being a goal. I know for myself, I know 100% as well that Lauren as well agrees that December, this time of year, we look for maintaining. Maintaining is still a goal. It's realistic for this time of year, and maintaining means that you can still have that flexibility and you can still work towards your goals. No, we're not taking a step back just by maintaining. Okay, so it may not be, if you're on a weight loss journey, you want to be seeing them scales come down. But in December, maintaining is more important because of the extra activities that are all going on behind the scenes. And also, maintaining is not gaining. So we would rather maintain in December than have a gain that when we do come around to January, we're sort of playing catch up. We're trying to get back to where we started December so then we can start working towards them new goals in the new year. So it's still definitely a massive win to be maintaining in December. So sometimes it is a bit of a mindset. We do need to switch that mindset a little bit because it can be massively unrealistic to still be expecting to lose 1 to 2, 3 pounds a week, 5 sessions in a week, 10,000 steps a day when you have got extra social events that involve eating out a little bit more alcohol consumption, more Christmas parties, more going around to friends and families and socializing. It affects time management. It also will affect that calorie intake. It'll also affect that calorie outtake with your sessions. Let's look at maintaining and making it all fit in, but by being flexible. So goals this time of year all look different down to the individual's personal circumstances. So we've got children are off school. You could be hosting Christmas yourself, Christmas parties, stress levels, because we all know how stressful Christmas can be. So due to the different events that are going around, it does look different for everybody. So this is why we just need to adjust them goals a little bit, make sure that when we're setting expectations to ourselves, they are achievable. It's not going to be too much for you. So you can enjoy December, enjoy Christmas, still work towards your goals and achieve like maintaining in December because it is fantastic to do so. Movement. I know it's darker. I know it's colder. I know you've got more social events going on. And I know it's Christmas. And I know it's so easy to sack it off. We know that. But are you still showing up for yourself? So they are all the excuses that we have either already heard or you are going to give us in the next couple of weeks. Know that they're coming, but I just want you to remember to keep showing up for yourself. Movement, exercise, activity levels, they're not just there so you can either lose weight, gain muscle. They complement alongside correct nutrition, your overall goals. So sacking off movement altogether in December is only going to make you feel a little bit groggy, a little bit pants, and also make it blooming hard work when we come back round to January and we're jumping on that motivation and we're trying to start again. Keep your activity going. It's always easier to maintain, even if we need to drop the sessions and drop the intensity rather than going cold turkey, saying turkey because it's Christmas, and then starting again. Movement around this time of year, we can make it a bit more fun. I know it's colder, but now it is your chance to ramp it up a little bit alongside all of the extra social events. And it may be that you can't get to the gym as much. So let's like ramp up them steps. Let's focus on them steps. When I think of December, and I hope this sticks for you all because it's a little bit crazy, so it might stick. When I think of December and I think of my steps to increase the intensity a little bit, I think of it as in, do you know the pace you walk when you need a wee and you're desperate to get back home and go to the toilet? Because you increase like the speed it's and the intensity, it also increases your heart rate, which is good for you. So in December, especially when it's cold, warm yourself up by walking at the pace of, oh my gosh, I need to go for a wee. I know it sounds silly. It just makes it a little bit fun in your head and just keeps you going, warms you up a bit quicker. It actually gets you walked a little bit faster as well. But your heart rate's up. So for your cardiac rhythm, like it's an absolute bonus. Keep that going. Give it a go and see what you think. Um, you're gonna think I'm crazy, but it's a bit of fun. The gyms are also really quiet right now, so it's a great time to benefit from any new classes that you wanted to try, any new movements or machines that you felt a little bit nervous to try because the gyms have been too busy. Now is a great time to be in the gym with how quiet that they are, especially if you are lacking gym confidence as well. It just gives you've got 4 weeks to be able to get yourself into a bit of a rhythm, a bit of a mojo, feel a lot more confident in that time because January's gyms are busy. They're normally busy for a couple of weeks and they do die down again like, while everyone jumps on that New Year motivation. Let's utilize December and build on that confidence. So then come January, you feel confident, you know what you're there for, you know the machines you need to use, you know the movements, you trust the process, and you can crack on and get it done. And mostly important when we start to look at movement in December. If I swing back to these excuses at the top, so easy to say. Verbally, it's so easy to say. But movement and exercise is often an escape that supports our mental health. We better from it. It makes us feel good. We want to continue it for that process. If you go cold turkey on your movement and your activity, and your mental health takes a little bit of a dip at Christmas, given the time that it is anyway, stressful, busy. It's not a very nice place for you to be given this time of year. So if you know that your mental health benefits from movement, even more important for you to keep that movement there, 100%. We don't want any of you feeling low at pants or a little bit low at Christmas. So please, if that's what works for you, keep that one. And lastly, I just want to say, please be kind to yourself. It is so important to be kind to yourself. You are human and it is Christmas. It is okay if you have a day that you've missed a session, even skipped a session. You've lowered your steps that day, you've not managed to get enough steps in. you've overeaten or you've simply not drank enough water. You are human, and Christmas is only one day. I mean, one actually, the 25th. But the max that you're actually going to have is Christmas is like drawn out over a week. Right now, we should still be focusing on these things. But just be kind to yourself. It happens. You are human. These social events happen. These off days happen. All we need to do is get straight back on it the following day. So give yourself that little bit of flexibility and be kind to yourself. And also, when we started speaking about a binge-free Christmas and focusing on the nutrition side of things, it's super important to be realistic on, is this a binge or have I just overeaten? The two can get merged together very, very easily, but they are very, very different. Often we'll label it as a binge when it's not. It's just human behavior. And at times we overeat. Sometimes we just overeat. It's normal. But it isn't the end of the world if this has happened. It can be managed moving forward. When we overeat, we just draw a line underneath it and we need to get back into routine the next day, straight back to it. So be accountable and own that decision. If you are entering into that binge cycle or you're worried that you're going to enter into that binge cycle, drop me a message, because when we break down the binge cycle and we start going back to some food behaviors, I've got some great tools and great tips to be able to work through them when we break it all down. And it may just mean that you need that extra support given that time. And I am here to help support you through that. So just be kind to yourself, understand the differences of, is this a binge? Am I really struggling? Can I physically not put that food down? Am I eating to the fact that my tummy's hurting? I'm feeling sick. I'm just physically eating for the sake of it. That is more of a binge. Or have I just overeaten? Have I reached too much into the celebration box? Is my tummy feeling a bit full? There is a difference. Overeating is completely human. It happens from time to time. Binges are something that we need to break down and work through to help support your nutrition, because over time it's going to affect you and your goals and also your mental health. So we want to try and break that one down and help support you with that one. So I hope that all of the slides that I've gone through today help you navigate Christmas with a little bit more ease when we start to look at nutrition, food behaviors. I know I've incorporated movement within there as well, but it does coincide with your nutrition and navigating through Christmas as well. It will help. So I hope that they've all helped. Any questions at all that you do have for me, drop me a message and I'll get back to you ASAP. But other than that, I will speak to you all very soon. And I hope you all have a lovely Christmas. You enjoy yourself. You incorporate that flexibility. You've got your 80-20. Massively, massively stick by it. There is always, always space within your calories to incorporate absolutely anything, any food, any alcoholic drink that you like. There is space within that 20%. It's all about planning, moderation, and making sure that the rest of the time we are having whole food within our diet. We are fueling our body correctly. So then we are feeling good. Our body is optimal. Yeah. Hope you all have a lovely day, and I will speak to you all very soon.